wonderful world of Twitch? I don't know yet. I have to check my phone.
Let's find out.
Okay, there we go. Now it's going. I had to refresh a few times, but now it's properly playing.
That's good to know. So how's everybody doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
Yep.
Alive.
Excited for tonight.
Same.
Somewhat exhausted. I don't know if it was excitement or if my room was too hot or some combination of the two, but I could not sleep last night.
That's been me for a while. I've just been ricocheting about like, okay, it's 4 a.m. What am I going to do since I can't sleep?
I managed to get some recording done at the very least for my YouTube channel, so that's good.
Yep.
More about that later after the stream, but yeah, at least I got something done while I was unable to sleep.
Yeah. I've also been working my way. I still need to finish Castlevania, which I started, and I started the He-Man that nobody talks about, despite I don't understand why no one talks about it because it's great. It's the one with Yuri Lowenthal as Adam and He-Man.
Is that the new animated one?
Yeah, it's the one on Netflix, but everyone talks about the one that has Cersei as evil in. This one's just like, we need to sell some toys. And I started.
Oh, the more child. Yeah, that one's so good.
I know, I am loving it, especially Ben Diskin as Skeletor.
Oh, he has so much fun.
Oh yeah, no.
What? I can't hear you. I'm up here and I have a microphone and you don't.
And also, just the subtle things for adults, like, you've been sitting in the tub all day. I have not been sitting. I've been brewing. Steps out. Oh, okay. Let's just have him put on a toga again.
I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I need to see that and also part 6 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because I have not been going on to Netflix in a good long while.
You got plenty of time because they've only done 12 episodes of JoJo so far because part 6 was the last weekly JoJo, so a lot of ground to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can definitely binge and get through it at this point.
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here because my friends are kind of sharing all this stuff. I saw episode 1 of the Book of Boba Fett. Seems interesting enough, I must admit. And also Godzilla Singularity Point. Seen a few episodes of that. So for all of you kaiju fans, yeah, go watch it. He's a decent anime.
I'm sure Probate will rope us into it eventually. He is, as he is wont to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was something else I was going to talk to, but now my brain is completely blanking. Mostly just because I got a big announcement for once we're done tonight. So I'm saving my energy for that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. Well, I just gotta finish up on a couple of rules here. Hey, yeah.
So how's everyone's 2020 been? 2022. Oh, time is an illusion.
I was gonna say, 2020 is non-existent at this point.
Oh God, we traveled back. No.
Don't send me back.
No.
2020 Part 2.
Oh,
wait,
Lord.
2020 Part 3.
God.
I'm just imagining Harambe. I can't believe this shit. I'm going back in.
Bruh.
Ooh. Well, might as well also switch over to the live scene while we're just hanging out.
Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, we haven't chatted since last year. Been so long.
I know. 2 weeks, but 2 years.
Pretty much.
Oh. And already Chad is making DeLuna feel welcome. For those who will be in the future on the YouTube VOD, DeLuna has caught the random cold that's going around. Just the cold. He is fine. But he'll be hanging out in the chat, which you can't see in the future.
Yep. Zeta will be with us in spirit. His character is safely in my capable hands.
Just gonna be a cardboard cutout we just carry around. It's fine.
Or better yet, as the nice joke we like to carry around, it's like, oh yeah, just throw him in the body bag of holding, it'll be fine.
Yeah, he can breathe, I'm sure.
No, we
Theoretically.
just stuff him in up to the neck, and then we just close the bag. Just cinch it up. It's easy.
There you go.
Yeah, we do a lollipop chainsaw with him.
Let's see. I think Caitlin said she had to step out for a little
Oh
bit.
no, Alpha Rat's got it. Oh no, Xeno's Surge made him mute. Exactly.
Besides the chaos made him mute, right? Yeah, if you haven't, be out today with your vaccinations, folks.
Yeah, come on, it's free. Protect yourself and others.
I did get hit by my booster a little bit the first time. I was going to do some auditions, but then I got a sudden case of chills, a massive headache. I'm like, yeah, this isn't happening. I'll wait till tomorrow. Maybe I'll be better. But now I don't. It's all past, at least. There's just that one day of, why? Why is this happening?
Just keep the biggest bruh ever. As far as new lingo goes, it's like that's the one word I've picked up the most and I've made my own. Bruh.
Bruh.
I've adopted yeet. I like yeet a lot. And the past tense yote.
I yoked it. I forgot that was the past tense of it. I don't know
I
why,
haven't
but
used the
just
past
fucking
tense a lot, but I still love yote.
Well, if everybody's ready, we can begin to run tonight's session of Chult of Personality.
Woo!
Welcome, one and all, to session 11 of Chult of Personality. When last we left our expedition, Zeno, the half-elf sorcerer, Wick, the squashling cleric, Enoch, the human warlock, Dan, the half-elf witch, and Elise, the elven ranger. Our heroes have returned to Port Yanzaru. The sick and wounded members of the Order of the Gauntlet have been escorted to the Temple of Torm. Then the party sought out the trade prince Wakanga Otamu to deliver the shield guardian Varn. Never mind that. Everyone sat and dined with Wakanga and their employer Sidra Sylvain, who appears to have grown weaker since our adventurers first dove into the jungles of Chult. Time appears to be more paramount than ever. Wick was then met with a terrible vision in his sleep. A lush jungle city, far to the south of Chult, being besieged by undead and being swallowed by an expanding darkness. Until all that remained was a lone figure with tattered clothing and piercing red eyes. With supplies for their second incursion obtained, including rations, a bag of holding, spells, and most importantly, insect repellent, our heroes will set out to find the source of the death curse once more. What new threats and dangers await in the jungle? Will Sidra Sylvain survive to reward our heroes? Let's find out.
I sure hope so. We need to get paid.
So, unless everybody else has any last orders of business that I may have forgotten about, I think we should be good to set out into the jungle, yes?
I think so.
I did have a couple things to bring up. One is more flavor, the other is if anyone wanted to pool money for it. First thing, could I use prestidigitation to put a label on the bug salves that me and Wick made?
Prestidigitation. I
think
think the
it's
mark lasts for an hour?
Oh, then it wouldn't be worth it. Never mind. Because
Yeah,
I thought
it's...
it'd be cool to have a label that said Dan and Wick's magnificent bug salve or something to the effect. But alas.
I just imagine you
The
gave
other-
Wick a crayon and he just drew on all of them.
Otherwise, you could probably head out to like a little, like... Oh, I'm sure there are plenty of stalls that have like little arts and crafts things. You could probably buy like some string and some tags or ribbons for pretty cheap and whip something up real quick.
Maybe. But the other thing I wanted to bring up, so now I know the exact materials and costs for making potions, as I've done the calculations off screen. It takes me 12 GP and 5 SP to make a single potion of healing. I have enough to make one on me right now, and it takes 6 hours. If we wanted to spend a little more time in town, I could make more than that, but I would need the funds to do so. Do we want to pool funds to get any healing potions or just head out?
I think head out. If we have any downtime, we can hopefully maybe make some with what we find out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Alright. And with that, we shall once again bring up the map for the jungles of Chult.
Gonna be seeing a lot of this.
We live here now. Forever.
Alright. A new day has arisen. Medium rain as you begin to set out from Port Nyanzaru. Just gonna wrong layer there, grab that. Let's see. Dan and Elise, I'll have you both roll percentiles for me as we have some encounters.
Hello?
Alright.
Whee!
18.
40.
18 and 40. Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Oh no.
Is that good or bad?
Good and bad. If you're to cast
Ah, good.
Augury, this is Wheel and Woe. Let's see. Where is that? Caitlin, roll a d20 for me.
Oh boy. Let's see. 14.
All right. Let's see. I need 2 of these. As you're setting out from Port Nyanzaru in the morning, Wicked Elise, you two happen to see a floating gourd bobbing up and down the water.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. And he slowly starts to reach outside of the boat, tipping dangerously.
Oh no!
Give me an acrobatics check.
Can I assist since I'll try to like brace Wick?
With advantage, I'll say.
Alright. Good thing for that advantage!
Oh!
God, jeez.
A 17 with a natural 1 on the other side. Good. As you grab this gourd, you go to pull it in, and it's weird. As you pick it up, you actually hear some jingling, some rattling coming from inside it.
Oh, guys, I think
And
we
this-
found treasure.
And this gourd has a cork on it. It's a pretty reasonable sized cork. You go to take it off, and you do not, in fact, find coins inside of this one, but you find some daggers in here.
Oh, well, I found some knives.
He slowly just tips the gourd upside down and just shakes the knives out.
Clank, 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 as all of the gourds land into the bottom of the boat. There are 10 daggers in here.
Are they just run-of-the-mill, like, standard daggers?
Low quality ones. They're not as good and not as fine craft as like some of your typical adventuring daggers, but you could probably sell these more than you can actually use them in combat.
Enoch just
I'm
picks
saying-
one up and like stares at it. I can't figure out if this is a good or bad sign.
I don't know. Why do you think they hid it in a gourd?
What? Could it be like someone's extra daggers that they got separated from?
Yeah.
There's like 10 of them. I mean, I'm all for a good knife, but who needs 10 of these? Because like you show, the dagger is typically about a foot to a foot and a half long.
Someone who likes throwing daggers, I guess. I mean, that's the only thing I could really think of. Do you have an explanation for why there's a gourd full of daggers in the river?
I do not.
Then my theory is, the soundest argument so far. A random dagger thrower, maybe some sort of performing artist, maybe someone who's just really good at throwing daggers for self-defense, got separated from this gourd of daggers. Seems like a weird storage container, though, for your daggers.
It does.
They, like, clank up against each other. It's just...
Well, I don't even care about the knives. I just want to know why they were there. This is a mystery. I demand knowledge of how these knives got in here.
Okay, wait, give me a second here. I'll do the magic visioning thing, and so detect, well, Eldritch Sight. Do the knives or the gourds seem magical at all?
They do not appear magical at all.
Well, good news, not magic, so no more extra questions.
I beg to differ. I still have so many questions. They're not important. Why are they here?
Washa's just gonna look down at Wick as he's just kind of pondering this as well. He shrugs and thinks, maybe they were supplies that maybe got separated from another group of explorers, perhaps.
That's also a reasonable theory. I don't know, my favorite so far is the performing artist traveling and getting separated from their knives, but supplies is definitely a contender.
But still, why the gourd?
So this is like an actual gourd, right? Like the food.
Yeah, it's like a big gourd, a reasonable size, you know.
Like
kind
they
of
just
similar. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
so like they just kind of hollowed it out and just used it to like put these in there.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like Gara of the Sand-sized gourd, or like significantly smaller than that?
More like a let's see if there are daggers. You know, it's about like a pumpkin-sized gourd. Maybe Probably about like 2 foot long, 1 foot wide. You
Can I
know,
make a-
hollowed out so it's still buoyant.
Can I make a nature check to see how like fresh this is?
Sure. You can roll a nature check.
17.
17. It's kind of judging by the way that the insides were kind of dried out. You suspect that it's not relatively fresh. So maybe this gourd's been around for a little while, but
She just kind of trying to judge to like, was this something that whoever did this, did they do it recently, or if they've just had this for a while, whoever happened to lose this or whatever.
Yeah, kind of judging, looking around like the inside. It looks like maybe there's like a little. It did smell like there's like a slight bit of a rotten tinge to it. Like maybe there was some mildew.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe water was just starting to seep into it.
Okay.
So you suspect that the container's probably with that it's probably a little older.
A few weeks probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Well, that in the back of my mind and pay no attention to it.
All right.
Almighty Pumpkin King, I have found one of your dead children. Please explain to me unto this mystery, because I have to know. This is gonna drive me crazy.
Is Wick saying that out loud?
Yes.
The mystery of the water gourd and the many daggers.
I mean, Enoch's just staring at it because, like, he can't come up with an answer.
It's just that meme with like the random math equations floating around people's heads. That's just Enoch and Wick.
Yep.
Enoch keeps trying to think of a reasonable answer, but they only come up with more questions.
Alright. Well, as you begin to ponder the existence of a gourd just randomly floating into the water, the rest of your journey is relatively uneventful. As you sail further into the waters to the southeast, or to the southwest, you happen to enter into the mouth of the river Shoshenstar. And at this point, it is getting pretty dark out. Which will go ahead and bring you guys over here to Le Battle Map. As you guys begin to sit down for the evening.
Since we're sitting down, that'd be a perfect opportunity for one of Dan's new rituals. I got alarm. But he's going to set that around camp just as an extra precaution.
Okay.
I guess it's going to be, let's see, mental alarm. Thing awakens you if you're sleeping. Audible alarm. Yeah, let's go with the handbell alarm.
All right.
Thank you. Enoch doesn't need extra sounds in his head.
No, I figured you had plenty to deal with already.
Yeah, no, he's just constantly dealing with that dial-up sound in the back of his head.
Oh no! As long as you don't blue screen, you should be fine. Oh, and I should probably, Dan's just, like, I guess since he has the focus, he'll use the focus for the ritual. And, bunch of tiny, let's say blue bells float around and then vanish. And he says, Monitum! As the bells ring out once and then vanish.
All right. So important question here. Who is going to be doing watches? And for brevity, Dan, could you refresh my memory as where you were setting the alarm at?
Just it's a 20-foot cube around our campsite.
Okay.
And as always, Enoch's just sitting there, awake.
Yeah, I'll take a watch.
All right. Go ahead and let's see. First watch. Come on, watch. Who's doing third or fourth watch? I guess who's doing watches? I'm juggling all this stuff. My apologies.
I don't think Dan has ever done a watch, so I'd be willing to take a second or a third watch.
All right. So Dan's watch. Who's doing first?
I guess I can.
All right. All right.
And I mean, I can
third.
I'm technically up for all the watches, so even if so,
All right.
a third, so
Okay.
Let's say I get my trance, so I can take like the back half or the first half of the watch like by myself or with Enoch.
So I guess I'll
All
take
right.
second, you take third.
Yeah.
All right. So, first watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
that's persuasion. There we go.
And what
14.
are you? Perception. 10.
All right. First watch. It's the rain begins to let up a little bit. As you're just sitting around, you hear some croaking of frogs in the distance. Nothing really eventful happens during this watch.
Enoch just thinks to
It's
himself, I wonder if those are normal frogs or the frog people.
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? We found a lot of, like, things that shouldn't typically be alive but are alive.
Yes, we have.
You can go ahead and give me a nature check, Enoch, if you want to
Sure.
figure that out.
18. Oh, wow.
Yeah, sound like normal frogs.
Not sure why the dice rolled twice there, but yeah. Okay, no, those sound like. I think like if they were the bigger frog people, they'd be louder.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Well, maybe. I didn't have a lot of frogs where I was. So I wouldn't know.
Fair.
All right. Second watch arises. And changing to the guard happens. How about you to roll a perception check?
Okay.
And Yuki's also going to do that. She's going to patrol around the 20-foot cube. Well, we did just about as good as each other. With the nat 20 on the other side.
I'll say if it's hearing based, she'll have advantage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I got 16.
Yuki just kind of stops for a second as she looks around. I'm glad the rain's let up, but still, it's just so wet. But the frogs really are chirping, aren't they?
I mean,
It's very noisy tonight. Was there rain recently? I don't remember.
I mean, it's hard to tell when we actually were sleeping with a roof over our heads.
Yeah.
Also, I'm surprised how used to a talking dog I've gotten. Like before all of this, again, gestures to his face and hand. Like, talking dog, that would have been the talk of like my village for like a year. But now it just kind of like flows off like duck in water.
Yeah. See, and this is why she's quiet most of the time. Because that's way too much attention to deal with. Could you imagine if I just had her striking up conversations with children in town? We'd never stop being harassed by children.
I mean, true.
Hordes of people. And I mean, like you said, I've grown used to it. You know, being the one who originally summoned her.
True.
Been with me since I started magic, really. It's gonna, if she comes close, she's gonna pet her. My closest and best friend.
And Yuki leans into it and really just buries her head into your hand as you pet and scratch it.
Mhm.
Oh, right there. That's a good spot. Right behind the ears, please.
It'll acquiesce. Give her exactly what she wants.
Oh, thank you, thank you. That just feels so good. All right. Aside from that, nothing happens on second watch. Third watch arises.
Okay.
Oh boy, here I go.
All right. Perception checks from you two again.
18.
18 and 14. Well, Enoch and Elise, as your watches are continuing, you're hearing the frogs chirp. But then you are just kind of looking down. There's a puddle that's right next to where you guys are sitting. And you hear a little hit. And as you look down, you see there's a tremor that is erupting in the water.
Oh no.
Then you hear one, and then several. As all right, now I gotta bring this into view here. Hold on, right there.
This is going to be an important lesson for Enoch.
As you're continuing to keep watch, you hear it first, but yeah, you both have dark vision. As just on the range of your dark vision, you see 3 towering forms that are walking through the jungle. From what you can tell, they are huge sized, very tall looking humanoid creatures with it for very glitz. As you see them moving, you see horns, it looks like, that might be worn on their heads. As above game, flanked by 2 large, like, creatures that are at their flanks.
Oh.
This is fine.
They do not appear to have noticed you. Enoch,
Yeah.
let's see. I believe your elder sight is for languages written, yes?
Let's see here. Eyes of the Rune.
Or Eyes of the Rune Keeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, unfortunately, I don't think anybody here speaks giant.
No.
Nope.
No.
As you hear low whispered boom, or a low whispering boom, like very deep whispering. I shall find no further. It sounds like very labored grunting as these forms are trekking through the jungle. I'll say at this point, all of you are awakened, and Dan, you hear your alarm go off as you hear a bell ring in your head as a tree gets shoved over and it lands probably within 20 feet of your campsite. Well, let me just go ahead and draw it right here.
As everybody is waking up, Elise is going to very quietly just try to whisper to the group, "We got giants."
Giants. Oh. Oh, they're very big.
No, so they're are they like to the north, or what direction are they?
Yeah, they're to
in?
the north of you guys as you're camping.
Okay.
Enoch is literally just like dropping down onto his belly and trying to look small.
Actually, I'm making sure I said this right. We'll say that's the trunk of the tree that's right there.
Come to think of it, you see Wick's eyes like go completely dark.
Oh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna need stealth checks from everybody.
Oh boy.
I'm sure this is fine.
Can I do something before that happens?
What do you want to do?
Oh, thank you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna drop Path Without Trace.
Yep.
Oh
boy.
no, Wick.
Thank goodness for the Pass Without Trace.
Yeah.
So that'd be a 13.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
As we all roll single digits except for Dan.
Dan just like went into the bushes. He's fine. He Homer Simpsoned into the bushes.
Alright, that's everyone aside from NPCs.
Alright. Alright, well, as you're watching these giants make their way across, the large creatures in the back, which at this point look like wolves, they stop for a moment and sniff the wind.
Oh no.
They look around and they just do not happen to meet eyes with you as they stop and turn. As they stop and as they continue to press on. Oop. I do not want to carry the tree as well. Dang it. There we go. Reach the food of the Easter.
Do you think they're missing knives?
I'm pretty sure their knives are as big as you, Wick.
Yeah, I think those knives are way too small for them.
Well, you never know. It could be like a toothpick.
Speaking of knives, as you're seeing these figures, you see that at their sides they do have these massive battle axes that are just, sticking out from their sides and actually strapped upon their backs. They're easily as big as twice your size. And you hear another crash as another of the giants up front pushes another tree away as they begin to trudge on through the jungle.
Well, the least you can do is be a little bit more gentle with nature.
Do you say that out loud, Wick?
He's been saying things out loud. He's doing it like at least somewhat softly, but
Okay. Are you trying to do it stealthily?
reasonably.
Stealth check.
I'd be willing to give myself disadvantage.
Oh no.
In fact, I think I have it anyway. 15.
Technically still 25
Well,
because of past.
Yep.
Yeah, 25 because it passed without a trace. Yeah, thankfully they don't notice you as they look around and they just keep on trudging through the jungle.
Must have been Chewinga.
Thank God for Pass Without a Trace.
Oh yeah, we'd have been
I-
royally screwed otherwise.
I immediately decided to choose this as soon as I was able to get second level spell slots.
Heck yeah.
Because when you're in a jungle where everything wants to kill you, you want to try to be as stealthy as possible.
And yeah, jungles of Chult. Don't ask questions about reasonability. We have frost giants.
Above game, yes. In game.
I mean, the mountains get cold. Why they're in the jungle here, who knows? But
I mean, technically I do, but I'm hoping I never have to use that meta knowledge.
Wick's eyes turn back on.
There we go.
well, that was a close one.
What were those things?
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, the name kind of says it all.
Let's see. Enoch, I want you to give me a history check.
Okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20 for a total of 24. Based on kind of the descriptions, you've heard about giants before, just from stories of various adventurers that have passed through your village. One of the main things that you kind of heard about was the very caste system that the giants had. And where are certain giants ranked on that system? These are frost giants that, compared to the order of all giants that are in the system, hill giants are at the bottom, then frost giants, then fire giants, then cloud giants, and then storm giants at the top. And you know that frost giants, they typically live in mountains and cold climates.
Okay, so good news. Not the worst giants we could have run into. Frost giants kind of lower on the tier. Still, you meet one, that's typically how you die. Bad news. Why the hell are they here? They're supposed to be in cold places.
Maybe they're on an expedition. Maybe they need help.
Well, let's not give it to them because they will probably kill us.
Oh. Well, no, I met a giant before.
We
Also,
don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I'll say with your history check earlier to Enoch, frost giants tend to be not quite as indifferent as some of the other giants. Not outright hostile towards small folk, but if you piss them off, they might hurt you.
Yeah, so here's, again, good news. They aren't the kind that'll kill you on sight, but if you annoy them in the slightest, you see how big they are? Imagine being a bug.
Well, good thing we didn't bug them. Didn't mean for that pun.
Yeah. Let's just leave them to their business and hope we never see them again.
Could I roll about the wolves? I am curious about them.
Sure. Nature or Arcana check?
They're the same. I'll do nature. 22.
22. For what you can tell, you could see with your dark vision that they had white fur. Those are more likely winter wolves. They are actually monstrosities that they tend to live in colder climates, and they can actually speak common and giant. But they tend to be subservient to frost giants.
Oh. they also had some winter wolves, which, from what I've heard and read, they're usually pets to frost giants and can speak common and giant. So they're very intelligent. It was interesting seeing one up close and not having to defend my life from it.
Yeah, let's not risk that again.
So, just above game, for those of you taking notes at home, apparently a frost giant is a CR8.
Yep.
Those wolves
Let
are
alone
also
3 of them.
Yeah, those wolves are also like at least a CR2, I believe. Oh.
Kawasho just kind of leans in towards Enoch. I am curious, though. As he begins to sneak over to where the frost giants were walking.
Mm-hmm.
Look at those footprints.
Okay. I mean, they're big.
Yeah, and obviously, yeah, the footprints are about, they're about like maybe 8 foot long and maybe about 5 foot wide. As you look at those footprints, wait. Didn't Liara was concerned about what was making giant footprints, right?
Oh.
Hmm. Well, I believe we found our answer.
And I'm pretty sure that nothing at that fort could stop that.
Would it be survival to see if I can track just the general direction of where they might be headed?
Sure.
South 20.
South 20? It seems like they're headed straight west.
Well, they're just footprints, right? They didn't need anything else? I don't remember. Were they causing trouble?
No, they seem to just be minding their own business. Was there any settlements just like straight due west on the map that we can remember?
Let's see here as I gotta head back over to the map.
Pretty sure there's nothing discovered. Or at least
Yeah, nothing discovered that
No.
way.
just shoreline and eventually mountains.
They're at least where they're headed. There doesn't at least seem to be anything that would be populated. And even if it is populated, it's probably nothing,
Well, I'm willing just to put on the map in that general direction. There be giants.
All right. Actually, let me just go ahead and pull up the player map here.
At Fort Pillawarian, they had giant footprints. I guess it was them. Was there anything? I don't remember. They wanted us to look into that, maybe? Could we get paid for this information?
I mean, we might be able to, but that's completely the opposite direction we're going in.
Right. I'm not saying we drop everything and head there. I was just mental notes for later.
Well, I'll be sure to file that under, like, things for later. Right now, I just hope that we never see them again.
Fair.
All right. Well, aside from that little encounter, the rest of your watch happens uneventfully.
Yay!
The next day, day 50. Let's see. The next morning, you wake up. It is lightly raining today. Caitlin, go ahead and roll percentile for me.
Oh boy. 62.
62. As you head on further down into the jungle. All right. Interesting. No, I don't think I've ever ran one of these. Well, let's see.
Also, bug spray.
Yep.
Yes.
Bug spray, rations, and survival checks if you need them for food.
One of those. Oh, and I guess a survival check for any potion ingredients. Oh, damn, that 20.
Hey.
All right. Yep. At least you managed to find enough food for the night. There's some edible mushrooms you happen to find that are growing off of a log. And actually, before we get to that point though, as you're going to set up camp, you notice it looks like there's like a giant turtle that's just off to some rocks on the opposite side of the river, as it's just basking on the rock, just sitting there. And this turtle has a very formidable looking jaw to it.
Nature check?
Sure.
Bless you.
Thank you.
18.
18. Yeah, you've recognized this as a giant snapping turtle. Yeah, they are carnivorous. They don't like to be picked on. They have a really nasty bite attack. But, yeah.
Well, it's on the other side of the river, so I'm not worried about it right now. But she'll keep a note on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I might also try to where that tree fell, assuming it's still there. Try to get as much off of that as I can, as far as firewood and stuff.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you managed to with that survival check. But, right. Damn. Let's see. As far as your survival check to find some... plants. I'll say with that nat 20... roll a d6 for me.
All right. 3.
All right. Let's see. So I gotta go to appendix C for that. All right. As you're scavenging around, you do find some more brooded plants that are just kind of bounding about across here. I'm just trying to remember in my notes. Give me a nature check just to double check to identify this.
All right. 25.
Yep, you recognize this as a Ryath root. And Ryath roots, if they're... You know that they kind of help fortify the user for a while if they eat it? So yeah, you find one Ryath root. And a creature that adjusts a Ryath root gains 2 D4 temporary hit points. Until until the end of their next long rest.
That's useful.
Can I get the spelling of that?
Oh, sure. Let me type it up for you. There you are.
Thank you. All right. And how long does... I mean, I guess the temp HP lasts until it gets taken out, right?
Yeah, technically this is specify how long it lasts, so yeah, you gain those effects, so yeah.
Okay.
And you would know with that nature check, if you eat more than one root at a time, you have a chance of getting sick from it, so...
Okay. Good to know.
The good old caveman testing logic.
Mm. So I shouldn't go Elder Scrolls Alchemist and just eat these like crazy. Got it.
Yep. Alright. So aside from that, nothing else happens on that day. The next day. It's a medium rain. Make sure to mark off any bug salves you use. You travel for the next day down the river. Nothing eventful happens. Survival checks and scavenging checks.
Alright, 16, not bad.
Alright. And you happen to find... Notes. You happen to find some more blood purge.
Ooh.
You find enough for 3 uses. 3 potions.
Alright. What was the amount again? Like, for dosage? 2 for dosage?
Yes. Yes, I think that's what we decided.
Okay.
Alright. At least I assume you're gonna do your survival check to scavenge?
Yep. Not great.
Yeah, you find some edible berries at least. I mean, it's self-sustenance, it's not that great, but it's food. You managed to find enough for everyone.
Been eating like goblins the last 2 days, berries and mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually I'll find like another boar or something. Or a deer.
Maybe even a dinosaur.
So, the next day, as you begin to set up,
Another one gone.
another one passing this.
This is why we stopped.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So it is light rain. And... okay. So the next day, nothing else happens on that day, so more checks from you two.
Hooray! 7.
11.
Looks like you're eating berries again tonight, at least. And you're not able to find anything, Dan.
Bad day for scavenging.
Bad couple days.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like since we've come down this route a couple of times, whatever has been there, we've probably already cleaned out beforehand.
Potentially, yeah.
I'm just considering any day where we don't run into giants and net positive.
You know what? Fair. Good old silver linings.
Alright. As you're traveling down for this part of the day, a revelation occurs to... actually, nothing eventful happens during this day. The next day is actually clear. There's no rain. However, Kawasha has come to the realization that apparently they took a wrong turn. So you're actually further inland than you had originally intended.
God damn it, Kalasha.
You think we would have noticed that?
What the heck?
I got directions.
We were on the river. How did we end up here?
I don't know. The river is just so slow moving. I thought we were following that right direction of the river, but I guess we must have gone off a tributary. I'm sorry.
Oh.
They get a discount for the next couple days.
You get kind of a weird look from... let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of pay, yeah, above game he's still good for 4 days of guidance before you need to start paying them again.
Right. Though I will take Kawasha aside and be like, Kawasha, is this where we are on the map? Points to where we are on the map.
I assuming you're pointing on the river here.
No, I'm pointing to the spot that we know we are.
Hmm.
Is this about where?
Yes. We're actually closer to the river to Yiki now.
But remind me, what does this mean?
Above game, you don't... I'm just gonna say this for the future. Above game, you don't really notice any of the markings on there. Actually, as you're kind of looking over... He just kind of shrugs.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what it means above game, but, again, I was trying to see if we had those markings beforehand. Alright. Then, just forget about that.
So, we're going to need to head closer to the Mabala. Still, it'd be faster to try to get to the river.
Fair enough.
Yep. Quick question. Did we want to stop at, Camp Righteous or Camp Vengeance down the river at any point, or just keep going?
Well, Camp Righteous is still probably completely dilapidated, so not much use there.
I mean, it's a place to rest, I suppose.
And I think we could only ruin Camp Vengeance's day because we just come up there and be like, oh yeah, there be giants.
I mean, we could also tell them that we managed to get their men back home and that help should be arriving. I'm sure that would make them happy.
But we don't know if the help's actually arriving. We just dropped them off and they said that they'd get help.
That's fair. I mean, we could, temper it. Say that, yeah, your men got there, and theoretically there should be men eventually sent and supplies. They're gonna try for you.
I'm gonna level with you. the only person I like there is Undril and maybe that one dwarf. I don't want to risk getting conscripted again.
No, that's fair.
An update is still an update regardless, even if we just tell them we got their people back safe.
Yeah. Better than not knowing. I mean, for all they know, we may have perished in the jungle with all of their men, and now they have no idea what's going on.
Fair. I was going to put it this way. 20 miles is a long way. We can figure that out.
I'm just saying, it's not out of the way, it's down the river.
But yeah, as you'll see, that's down a completely different river than what we're actually close to right now.
Well, yeah, but I thought we were going back to the other river because this one is a ways out of the way. Like, we'd have to go across the land at a certain point. There's like this basin here? I'm not sure what this is on the map, but then we would just have to walk across all the way to Mabala. Thought it made more sense to go back to the original river.
Well, as you can see here, we don't know if the original river actually goes to Mambala anyway.
Well, I would think that would be the best course of action, Kawasha chimes in. Probably would be faster to at least travel that river to get closer. Might take a little longer to get back to it, but we'll probably make up for it going back on there.
Better to travel the road you already know about than risk going into unknown territory.
Exactly.
Fair enough,
Right.
though we are literally traveling the river into unknown territory.
True.
All right. So, as you continue to travel this, as you regain your bearings, thankfully nothing else happens for the day.
And we do some looking, because this is technically new territory.
Mm-hmm. Get those survival checks.
Nat 1.
7.
More berries again.
This is the
And,
worst part
nothing
of the
to eat.
jungle.
This is becoming unbearable.
Fantastic.
Unbearable. That's our core for the night, ladies and gentlemen, so far. And everyone in between. Thankfully, as you bed down for the night, nothing happens. The next day, as you begin to make your way down back onto the river, Vaughn, roll percentile for me. It's your turn to roll up at the counter.
Ooh, yay. 50.
50 even.
350.
There's actually a Loch Ness monster that could be statted. Let's not jinx things.
All right. As you're making your way down the river, in the middle of the afternoon, coming up the river the other way, you do see a contingent of men. Some Chult warriors and some other individuals in the back just riding along on rafts, and yeah, you see that familiar banner of the clenched fist wreathed in fire.
Oh, flaming fists. Okay. Well, we don't have anything to declare, so just wave.
For the sake of brevity, yeah, you float your way up and you give the spiel of anything to declare.
Oh, wait.
Just for curiosity's sake, roll a deception check for me, Vaughn. Because you do technically have one item that you could
okay.
declare.
I'm keeping this alchemy jug.
11.
11.
Oh, that 20
Well-
on the other side.
Well, the gal who's a human woman who's leading this group, she looks on. Very well. After you present your charter and exchange your pleasantries, you part ways.
Wait, excuse me. Have you dropped knives?
Can't say I have. Where did you find them?
I found them in a floating gourd.
He kind of turns around, looks back towards the Chult warriors. Did any of you have a gourd with knives? They all just turn their heads and shrug. Looks like that's a no.
Wick just whines.
The search continues.
There is actually something that you should probably take to Fort Bellawarian. They got frost giants here.
She looks around like, frost giants?
Yeah.
She must be joking.
No, we're not.
We encountered them while we were resting one night. Them and some frost wolves. We managed to stay hidden, but they headed towards, I think that was the directions of some mountains.
I think it's the Mist Cliffs. And yeah, no.
Yeah.
If we were gonna lie about giants, why would we lie about frost giants in a jungle?
Well, if we encounter Commander Portier, we'll be sure to pass along the information, I suppose.
It was close to the mouth of Sunstar. Definitely heading west, probably towards the Mist Cliffs.
Thank you for the information. Best of luck to you. As she just kind of gives you a nod as you now begin to part ways again.
Above game, pretty sure I butchered the name of the river, but hey.
Shoshed Star, close enough. Or Soshed Star.
At least the mountains are easy to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mist and Cliff.
Shenstar, the lesser known JoJo.
Oh yeah, the JoJo from Part 10.
Yes. Shoshenstar, Joestar.
Show.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, so you continue on the river. Nothing else happens for this day. The next day, back around to the top. Draco, I want you to roll percentile for me.
Can
for another
do.
encounter.
That'll be a 10.
A 10. Okay. Alright, so about in the afternoon, we'll say. Let's see while I get this map set up, because I've got an idea.
Oh. I'll just hear that you have an idea and preemptively go to my spell list.
We'll go ahead and say, yeah, this is the canoe as you're making your way down the river with it. We'll say Kawasha and Kapalue are at the front. It's a nice little conga line going on here.
Yuki's
We'll
running
just-
around the boat.
We'll say Zettel's there in spirit.
I'm sure it's fine that I'm in the back.
Photorealistic Zeno.
Like
As
to
you're
imagine one
floating
arm is
on-
just waving.
It's just an actual. It's just an. It's just like a like a very nicely carved statuette of Zeno.
It's just
Yeah.
it's a cardboard cutout.
Yeah. It's one of those ones with a motion detector whenever it gets close. I'm magic.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that Zeno's like a half elf because every time I look at the profile picture, I want to think Tabaxi because it's a tail.
All right. As you're floating on down the river, there's a particular low-hanging branch. As you're making your way around, that's got some vines kind of draping down from it. And
Oh no.
let's see.
Rule 1 of Chult.
Wick, that's a 24 to hit you.
Oh jeez.
Hmm.
No, that misses.
You rolled too high.
So you take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're currently grappled as these vines shoot down from this tree and they wrap their way around the wick. And I need everyone to roll initiative once I get the tracker up.
Oh boy.
Hey, this is my shtick.
Yeah, so we'll say that it's over there. The vine's about 10 feet in the air.
First initiative roll of 2022.
And me and Yuki tied. I think her dexterity is better, but let's check. Yep,
The
Yuki has
vine
better
roll.
dex than me.
Let's see. The assassin vine rolled a 9. Kawasha.
Oh good, we get to bully the vine before it gets to do anything.
Oh, how high up is this branch? Or is it pretty close to us?
It's about 10 feet above you.
Uh,
Alright, so Kawasha rolled a 19. Koopalue rolled an 11.
The first time that like chanting that music always comes around, it freaks me out. I'm never ready to get snake eatered.
Alright, Elise.
Alright, kids, say it with me. You know the drill. On the vine and taking that longbow shot.
Alright.
$21.
21 hits,
21?
roll damage.
8 piercing damage plus Colossus Slayer plus Hunter's Mark. Colossus
Yep.
Slayer's about to come because I have a second attack.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that second attack.
Yeah, 12.
12 does not hit. It just matches the part out of the way. Next up is Kawasha. Kawasha's gonna look up, and he's going to produce flame and huck it at the vines. That's a hit. Seems like the fire's not particularly effective, but it does hit. I meant to add one, not have the HP at 1. There we go. That'll be it for his turn. Yuki.
So, Yuki, she can get through everyone because she's tiny, right?
Currently, yeah.
Okay. She's gonna sit right there and start barking up at this vine to give the help action.
Yeah, she just starts barking at it.
Okay.
I will say, because the vine is technically 10 feet away from it, it's whatever you have it within 5 feet of it, so unfortunately she's not
Oh.
able to give her the help action.
Dang.
So, Dan, it's now your turn.
Okay, so I do have a question. Would I be able to reach Wick for a touch spell, or no?
You can reach Wick at this point, yes.
Okay, then we're going to have some fun. I'm going to cast Dragon's Breath on Wick and give Wick the ability to breathe fire.
Ew.
Okay.
Oh. Well, it rolled it as a dex save, not the block.
But that
Touch a
would
willing
be the dex
creature.
save for it.
Yeah. You touch a willing creature, imbue it with the power to spew magical energy from its mouth, provided it has one. I picked fire. Until the spell ends, the creature can use its action to exhale energy from the chosen type in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in that area makes the dex save, taking 3d6 damage of the chosen type on a failed save or half as much on success. And that is my bonus action.
Alright.
For my action, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on it.
Alright, wisdom save.
It
That's
doesn't.
failure.
It hasn't taken any damage yet, right?
It has,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, then
I
let's roll
hit
this
it.
one. I
So
forgot.
you
I'm
get 2d12.
sorry. And I rolled a 4. Oh wait, 2d12.
Well, you get to roll more because it only rolled 1.
That's
Because you're 5th level, you should get 2d12.
right. Okay. So I'll just roll the other one. I don't know why that didn't update. Me.
Oh, 5 damage though.
Well, better than nothing.
I'll just say above game. That's enough to give the nice number.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright.
Nice.
Anything else for your turn then, Dan?
And I believe that'll do it for me.
Wick, you're currently being strangled by some vines.
And
Real
you
quick,
can breathe fire.
Real quick above game, I noticed that Enoch's not on the turn order, so just want to make sure that he's getting counted in the
I always
the
forget.
initiative.
Oh, right. Oh, what did you roll, Enoch? I'm
I'm
sorry.
at the bottom. I'm at
Oh, you
9.
rolled a 9.
He's
Okay.
got a 9 too.
Okay, so you technically go before the vines, because you have a higher dex mod, I assume.
I have a 1.
Yep, the vine has a 0, so you beat it.
Yay.
Vine's
So
not
there
very
it is.
dexterous.
Alright. So, Wick, what do you do for your turn?
Yeah, why not? Just for the flavor of it. You see Wick pull down his scarf, and he's. Everyone would kind of see a little hint of a mouth and almost what looks like a candle as he breathes out fire.
Alright, well, there's that dex save, and it fails, so it takes...
How much would it be? For
3d6 is
3d6.
3d6, yep. So, yeah, I'll allow you to roll it, since you're the character that's breathing it.
13?
Alright.
Heck yeah.
And, let's see, 13. So, technically, you realize as you're breathing the fire on it, it didn't seem like it did as much damage as you thought it could have.
Oh no.
So that was
now
your action.
that wasn't okay. Let's
Mhm.
see. Do I have a bonus action at all?
You
Oh,
can
that
do a
is-
spiritual weapon to bonk it.
You know what? That is a good point. Why not? Let's do one fucking spiritual weapon. For 24.
Yep, roll that damage.
That assassin vine is part ground.
Alright, that'll bring us to Koopalue then, assuming you're done, Wick.
Yep.
Alright, so time to bust out the old trusty sling and a hit. Decent damage for a slingshot. That will be it for Koopalue. Enoch, it's now your turn.
Alright, well, Enoch will just point to it because he can't stab at it. Well, it's time to come out blasting. $19 for the first shot,
Hits.
and 20 for the second shot.
Also hits. Roll that damage.
Though Enoch will marvel, holy crap, there's 2 of them now! 7 and 5, so 12.
Alright. Alright, anything else then?
Not for this turn. Again, Enoch's going,
All right.
How'd I do that?
Alright. So, the vines are going to... At the start of your turn, Wick, you are unfortunately going to take some poison damage.
Oh boy.
As the barbs that are in the vines begin to poke through the various openings in your armor. Oh, that's... So you take 18 points of poison damage.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah, now you see why these things are scary.
And it begins to... lift the vines up closer to it. So it lifts up 10 feet.
ah, shit.
Lifts him out of the boat. And that's all it can do on its turn. That'll bring us back to Elise.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step back. And we're gonna go ahead and just do this again. Shot number 1, 26.
Hits.
5 piercing damage plus 100 spark damage is another 5 plus Colossus Slayer is 3 points of damage, so that is 13 total.
Alright. Next shot.
Next shot, 16.
Hits. Roll damage.
5 plus 8 Colossus Slayer max damage plus 100 spark, so that's gonna be 14.
You only get one Colossus Slayer per turn.
Ah, whoops. Okay, so 6.
So 6. Okay. Still a chunkable size of damage. That'll bring us back to Kawasha. As...
Does Wick
Oh.
get a save at the end of their turns at all, or no?
To
To try to break out?
You could try to break out the grapple as an action on his turn. If he wanted.
I think they do.
Alright,
Yes.
so, Kawasha, not having a lot of range options without the ability to avoid hitting Wick, is just gonna huck a flame and miss. That'll bring us to Yuki.
Yeah, Yuki can't really do much since it's not anywhere in range of her attack or her help action. All she can really do is continue to go at it.
Yep. That'll bring us to you then, Dan.
Alright, so what do I want to do? Well, I guess I'll do a Witch Bolt. I don't think it's going to do much, but it's one of my only damage spells that isn't Moonbeam. 25?
Roll damage.
Yeah, I'll cast at its base level. 7 damage.
Alright. Your lightning arcs out and it begins to zap into this pile of vines, and you see the vines begin to twitch and contort as the electricity hits it. It seems like it's doing something.
Oh. Good to know. Oh, I forgot. Maleficia Fulmin! And the lightning bolt shoots out of the Onyx focus. And I've got
Alright.
a bonus action. This seems like a good time to use it. I'm gonna take one of my jinxes. Do. Scroll down. Ah, here it is. I'm going to use Witchfire Jinx. Once I find it in my list here. Ignis Maleficia! And it is now producing a 10-foot radius of dim light, and the next attack made against it has advantage.
Nice. Alright. Will that be it for your turn?
Yep, that does it for me.
That'll bring us to you then, Wick.
So out of mild curiosity, is this considered non-magical vegetation?
Technically, yes.
It is?
It's
Okay.
It's a plant, but
So it is magical?
it's not magical. It's just a plant. It is a creature.
I'll let you call me out on my BS if you want, but I'm gonna do Wither and Bloom, and I'm gonna just post that. And I'd like to put your attention to the last sentence on the first paragraph.
Alright. You're both like death. Creature is it. The 2 dicks, the crack of the safe, or half as much as I now that you go fetch education in that area withers. Okay. So we'll sort out the Constitution save. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Okay. Oh, it already did it. 7.
Oh, 7. It passed, so it only takes half. There are some parts of the vine that do begin to wither, but it's the vines that are still holding on to you are still very much intact. Let's see. Numbers real quick. All right.
Creature can spend a roll of its unspent hit dice and regain a number of hit points equal to those. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick.
All right. Yep. Go ahead and get some of your health back. Alright, so you gain 5 health back. And that was your action.
Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is...
Wisdom.
It looks like it added that in already.
Oh, it did,
does
yeah.
it?
Yeah, it's
Oh, it does.
D8
Okay.
plus 2.
Although it was plus con, so...
Oh yeah, that used con instead of wisdom for some reason.
So what's your wisdom modifier?
It is... I think it's the same thing, actually. Yeah, it's 2.
Okay, so, same roll. So, bonus action.
Bonus action. Do I have a... Nobody
You can bonk
else
it with your
for-
scythe.
I can. That's right. It's not there, so I kind of forgot about it. Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
a heck and bonk.
Yeah, let me fix that real quick. Hiya. With advantage, the 12 does not hit.
Darn.
Alright. Next up will be Koopa Louie. As he's gonna huck another sling from where he's at. And miss. Just shy. Enoch, it's now your turn.
Second verse, same as the first. There we go. Oh!
The
I know.
natural 1, 7 misses.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, you can re-roll that.
Come on!
Oh.
Roll 20 has decided no.
2 nat 1s. You hate to see it. Well, that was your first miss. That's your now for your second attack.
Okay.
I swear to God.
15.
15 does hit.
Alright.
We got another natural 1, we could have had a jackpot.
No!
3 7s though.
Let's see. So for another 5. The vines are just barely hanging on, but unfortunately that does bring us to its turn. As the vines begin to strangle you some more, you take... you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, and at the start of your turn, you take... 28 points of poison damage.
Who's that for?
Files for you, Wick.
Oh, okay. Wick hangs limply.
No!
Oh no. Wick is down.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I have Spare the Dying.
Alright, Elise.
Check that.
Elise, it's your turn. What do you do?
Seeing Wick go down. Screw it. Step right here. Can I? Ah, fuck. That's right. She's 10. They're 10 feet in the air, aren't they? I can't like reach them like physically to touch them, can I?
Right, yeah.
Shit. All right, never mind. We're just gonna have to keep firing.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Alright. 14.
Hits!
9 piercing. Boss of Slayer damage is 3. Hunter's Mark damage is 1. So that's 13 points of damage.
And as your arrow manages to find purchase within the center mass of the vines, they instantly slump, and the pile of vines splashes into the water, and Wick is let go and manages to land safely in the boat.
Immediately running over a second level cure wounds.
Alright.
So Wick gets 13 HP back.
13. Alright, thank you.
Alright. Wick, you wake up and you find yourself back in the canoe, as Elise has outstretched her arms to you.
Don't worry, we got you. We got you.
That is a mean vine.
Yeah.
Reminds me, did we ever roll for Sentinel for initiative? Because I don't think we did.
No, I don't think we did.
We didn't want his cardboard cutout to get wet.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Fair.
decided at the last minute just to stuff him into the body bag of holding, so.
was way too risky. We don't need him getting just lost down the river.
Right. Alright, so, with that out of the way, it seems like a good time to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yay!
Right. I'm gonna go grab some water.
I will be right back.
I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
So Chad, how's it going? And Hyrule, thank you for the raid. Oh. So, are you enjoying our death-defying trip down the river? We have so far to go. It's such a long river, we think. Oh. Oh, sounds like yet more people are hanging out in Barovia, huh, J&P? Listen, okay? At least we're not rolling any of your spells and or blowing you and the rest of us up, Deluna. I mean, at this point, we could actually use Xeno as the upper paddle Wanderous. Wandiferous. We're gonna be telling jokes like that all night.
I'd come back. What joke did I miss?
Wandiferous was saying they hope we don't lose the paddle. I said, at this point, we could just use Xeno. Yeah, I got jokes. Now, while you're back, I'm going to use the restroom real quick, though. I will say right before I leave, for those who just joined us, I'm going to be making a fun announcement at the end of this stream. So keep your eye out for that. And with that, I shall return shortly.
Thanks to everybody for hanging out with us on this evening. First episode of Season 2 of Chult Personality in 2022. Glad to get back into form. I kid you not, I was above game. I'm so glad these guys they got who was it? I'm trying to remember whose role that was. I think it was Chocolate's encounter once again. Man, Chocolate Zombie, you've just been on point with rolling those various encounters. You rolled the Velociraptors, and I think it was, also the Frost Giants. For those two different ones we had.
Well, let it be known that I guess luck is still on my side, because luckily I had Pass Without Trace for that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So as soon as I knew I was getting second level spell slots, I'm like, yeah, nope, that's gonna be a must-have.
Mm-hmm. For those,
Yep, having a nice backup.
yeah, for those who joined during our boat adventure, guess what we found in the middle of the rainforest of Chult? Frost giants, and a lot
Yeah!
of them.
Huh! Who would have thought that frost giants from the very cold climates are suffering through exploring the very tropical jungle?
And like I said,
Huh.
above game, I accidentally found out why they are doing that, and I hope we
Okay.
never find out.
Yeah, it's like above game. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you're keeping that knowledge secret. And for anybody else in chat too, if you have played through Tomb of Annihilation, please no spoilers. I want to try and spoil this. And yes, J&P, I am definitely having lots and lots of fun running these guys and playing.
I have returned.
Welcome back, Draco. But yeah, let the record show that Chocolate Zombie has rolled the fun encounters, whether it be velociraptors or frost giants.
I don't know.
So
if
we
my
shouldn't
other...
let.
Go ahead.
So we shouldn't let you roll anymore. Got it.
Well, we can have them go 1 for 2 with the next encounter that you guys come across.
Now, alternatively, you could make me roll all of them.
No.
No, absolutely not.
No. Very tempting.
That's empirically a bad idea.
Yes. The data has shown no, absolutely not.
Alright. Well, assuming we're still waiting for Caitlin to come back.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, that was a nice, short, quick little break. Yeah, let's go ahead and dive right back into it, as thankfully the rest of the day, nothing bad happens. So let's go ahead and get those survival checks for scavenging and plans from you two.
Hey.
A 6. Nothing that you were really able to find, Dan.
Damn it.
20, finally.
Yeah, you do happen to find the boar this time.
Alrighty, just gonna kind of wait until it settles into whatever spot it's standing in, and I'll just go ahead and make a nice shot at it.
Alright, roll the hit.
11?
11? Yeah, we'll say you do manage to hit it. Roll damage.
10.
Yeah, you managed to take it out, and yeah, it just falls over. You're having boar for dinner tonight.
Alright. Well, you finally dragged back something other than berries for once.
Alright, so you managed to bring back your spoils to camp. And everyone, yeah, you see Elise has brought back a boar.
Yay, real food.
Alright. Alright, so you guys managed to eat and get set up. Nothing else happens during the rest of that day. The next day,
Assuming we're passing by Camp Righteous at this point, can we get like a kind of like a view of what everything looks like over there?
let's see, as you're going past Camp Righteous. It's earlier in the morning as you're sailing past Camp Righteous. Yeah, looks just as dilapidated as it was when you previously went past it. Not really anything smoldering anymore.
Figure the raid's probably put that out by now.
Yeah.
I imagine there's just a bunch of dead goblins lining the shore.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, their corpses have been picked clean by various creatures.
The circle of life.
Let's see. Chaco, go ahead and roll a percentile for me for your encounter for this day.
Oh no.
Oh boy,
Time to break that streak, my friend.
65.
Alright.
Big money, big money.
Okay.
I feel like we've rolled this one a couple times, but we'll see.
For R6, let's just hope it's not the Velociraptors again.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Velociraptors would have been fun if we had Vorn at that point. Just stomping and crushing them all.
I mean, just one body slam would be enough to take out all of them.
Yeah.
Alright. While I'm getting this map set up here. Let's see.
I might have missed it. Has another day passed since that fight? Or is it still the same
Yes,
way?
so you would have gotten all of your health and spell slots back.
You.
Let's see, that's set up here.
If only we could have made time like this going down the river the first time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Took us 8 episodes to get almost to where we're at.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it was new then. Now that we've already been through here, we know all the correct currents and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we know to avoid the place with a giant hole.
Yes,
Mhm.
that.
Alright. Yep. Alright, so I've got this set up then. Go ahead and bring you guys on over to here. In the afternoon, after you had sailed past Camp Righteous, Elise and Wick. As everybody's floating down on the river here, there's a couple of trees that you are managed to skirt your way across. You two are the only ones that see these, as in the branches of these trees. Oh, hold on. Layer. Oh, come on. Wrong one. There we are. Layer. You see, a bunch of grungs are currently in the trees, and it looks like they got their arrows pointed, and I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative again.
Oh, don't do it.
Once I clear it off.
Don't do it.
We let one of
There
them
you are.
live.
You'll be sorry. Oops, wrong one. There we go. So Enoch and Yuki tied.
grungs and their chieftain. That's grungs.
How high up in the trees are these guys?
They're about 15 feet up.
Fight me on the land, you cowards. I want to use my new spell.
Alright, so that was 15 from the normal grungs. Chieftain was not as good. Then I gotta roll for Kawasha and Kablooey. That's a 6 and a 3 respectively. Alright, so Enoch, Dan, Yuki, and... Alright. Alright, Elise, it's your turn.
I'm gonna make a roll first just before I start firing. Do these look like they were part of the same tribe as the last grungs we fought?
I'll give you a quick perception check for free.
Yeah, 9.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not able to identify distinguishing markings from them, so you can't say for sure.
Alright, well, Elise is gonna come out of the gate swinging. And... bonus action, Hunter's Mark, the chieftain, and we're taking a shot right at him to start.
Okay.
21.
That hits. Roll damage.
5 piercing, and my Colossus Slayer, or Hunter's Mark, because he hasn't taken damage quite yet. There's
Wow.
11
Nice
damage.
Nice.
I keep rolling 1 on my regular attack, though.
Yeesh.
And second attack. 22.
That hits. Now I have your Colossus Slayer.
Hunter's Mark, 2. Colossus Slayer. 5, and regular damage. 11, there we go.
There you go.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
That's gonna be 29 damage total if my math is right.
18. But yeah. But still, yeah, you definitely hurt that as, you've got 2 arrows that grievously wounded that grung. As the other grung, taking offense to the fact that their chieftain was fired upon. Let's see. Yeah, they've got they got some daggers in hand, and they're just gonna hurl them at. We'll do 1 at each of you for. Actually, 2 at Elise, 1 at Enoch, and 1 at Dan.
Wait,
Oh, no.
daggers! Daggers! Are these your knives?
Wick just hold up the gore.
He does.
Does this belong to you?
So I have a 13 and a 16 to hit you, Elise.
13 misses, 16 will match.
Alright, so you will take 3 points of piercing, or 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
Oh boy. Natural 20.
Alright, you pass, so you do not take the poison damage.
How much was the piercing damage again? 4?
4, yes. Alright, and then Enoch, that's a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
For 6 points of piercing damage, and I need a con save from you.
Alright. 11. But now 20 on the other side.
11. You just fail. You take 4 points of poison damage.
So how much was that?
A total of... Let's see, I said 6... 10 damage total.
Oh.
And then for Dan, that's 14 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
You take 3 points of piercing, and I need a con save from you.
All right. Let's see how this goes. That'll be an 18.
You pass, so you take no damage.
Whew.
Draco, remind me, was mage armor in that book?
No, I don't believe it was, unfortunately.
Alright, because if it was, I was about to give you a whole bunch of shit.
Alright, Dan, it's your turn.
Okay, so I do have a quick question. With Fog Cloud, it says it heavily obscures where you put it. If I placed it on the canoe, would it give the party disadvantage on their attacks, or just disadvantage for the grung?
Well, it would give everybody would be affected by blindness, so they would have disadvantage on attacks to
Okay, so that
attack
really wouldn't...
outside of it, and they would have disadvantage on attacks made against you.
Yeah, so it wouldn't... I mean, it could be worth it, but at the same time, I feel like it's not. Especially when I can cast Moonbeam instead.
Yep.
Why
Ping
mess with the
pong.
winning formula?
Circle.
Alright.
I will just grab this and put it right there.
Alright, so those two need to make their con saves. They fail! And they
Great.
take all that damage. They are definitely hurt after that. Eh. Eh. You hear very freakish groans of pain as they cry out in agony. It's Yuki's turn. Unless you had something else to do, Dan.
I also have a bonus action. What could
Yes.
I do for that? I can't do... I mean, I could use Enlarge Familiar, but there wouldn't really be a point because she can't get to them. So...
That would also make the boat very cramped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it only makes her medium-sized now. It's not until I get other spell slots that I can make her a large creature.
Fair enough.
I guess I could use... Yeah, I'll use my Witchfire Jinx to give advantage on attacks against this grung.
Okay. Alright, that'll bring us to Yuki, which she can't really do that much when she's just the melee character, just yipping away.
Yeah.
Alright, that'll bring us to Enoch.
So, the blue glow ends and the red glow comes up as you see the dust particles start to form into 6 balls that start to glow a very bright red as I shoot off 2 melts minute meteors right between these 2.
Alright, so I'll need dex saves from them. The chieftain passes and the lackey fails.
So 11 for the
So-
lackey and 5 for the chieftain.
Well, the lackey gets pelted as he gets knocked into the water. And the chief takes a little bit of damage from that as it grazes him. Alright. Anything else?
Nope. You'll just see Enoch slowly start to pan over to the other ones as the 4 remaining motes of fire just follow him. He's in turret mode.
Alright. Wick.
Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna aim at the chief with a guiding bolt.
Alright.
17 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
Alright.
This boy about to be vaporized.
Yeah, 7.
Oh, 3 1s. Yeesh. Unfortunate that he's still definitely hurt and he's still standing, but
There had been the idea. Next hit against him has advantage. Let's see.
anything for your bonus action that you can do.
I don't know if I really want to use my. Yeah, I saw that little inch up with the spirit weapon.
Yep.
I feel like they're gonna be dead before it gets back to my turn, though. So no, I think I'm just gonna skip it.
Alright, well, we'll start off with the con saves from those two grung. They both fail, and they both shrivel up and plummet into the water. How are you gonna fare as, yeah, makes sense. This grunk's just gonna dive into the water. As he's gonna take some falling damage splashing into the water, but that's okay. As that one disappears. That will... Actually, no. Wait. Wrong one.
I'm gonna say, you're on the chieftain right now and not the regular grunts.
Well, that's what he's gonna do anyway. He's gonna leap into the water.
Wonder if he'll survive the falling damage.
What a bunch of cowards. I mean, they started this mess.
Yep.
Not even gonna finish it.
Alright. So Kawasha, taking advantage of the Sacred Flame, manages to crit against the one that was all lit up, and he manages to smoke that one anyway.
Yeah.
Then Kupalue. Yeah, he manages to pelt a rock at the other one. That's in the back, and kill him.
Man, Kaboa is getting the kill count right now.
Yeah.
That's the reason why Kawashi can't level. Kupalue's taking all of them.
Ah, of course.
Alright. Elias, it's your turn.
I got the lone boy in the water, it looks like.
Yeah, the one, he dove into the chieftain dove into the water right about there, but you can't really make out, if you wanted to figure out where underwater he currently is.
Can I try to make a perception check for that?
Sure. We'll say a flat roll because of the dim glimmer.
19.
Yeah, you see he's...
Technically, well, actually, no. I think perception does work. Let me double check, because I believe I might get advantage, but I think it's only survival.
As an elf, you get advantage on perception.
Well,
I'm
you
proficient.
get proficient with it. Yeah, you see he's dove into the water and he's swimming away. He's about 5 feet underwater as he's swimming over that way.
Okay. I'm just shot in the dark, so to speak. Natural one.
Oof.
That'll just miss.
Luckily, I get a second attack.
Yep,
17.
that does hit.
Alright, and he is still Hunter's Mark, so 9.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You see the body begin to float up to the surface.
Just for
Yes.
just for giggles.
Yep. 9, 12, 15. Yep, super dead. And now this grung.
I'm gonna say, is this grung is still alive, correct?
Oh yeah, he's still alive.
Alright. Bonus action, moving the Hunter's Mark to him.
He's gonna actually take a running leap. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's another tree over here. He goes to leap over there. And it looks like he's starting to move away from you. And that's all he's gonna do for his turn. Dan.
Cute.
Go ahead and jump that tree. Okay. You failed the con save. Roll that damage.
Only 7 though.
He's still hurting.
And
I do get advantage on perception checks with Hunter's Mark to find the marked creature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Why not? Let's use a Jinx again to Witchfire this one, and now he's glowing.
All right.
Advantage on the next attack.
All right. Because Yuki can't do anything, that brings down to Enoch.
Well, let's first see if he survives this. Another 2 melts my new. Oh, for 2.
Uh,
Well, actually, no. So I'm saying 2. I forgot. Okay, 12.
All right. So he passed. Yeah, even if he passed, it's like, yeah. He plops into the water. And yeah, that'll take us
He's
out of
very lucky
initiative.
because that becomes a bonus action. So then, I could have Eldritch blasted him too. Enoch's slowly just becoming the turret from Team Fortress.
Mhm. He erected a sentry going up. All right.
Need a
So-
dispenser here.
Put the Spencer here. Anyway. As you guys are continuing down the river, what do you guys want to do? Now that combat is over.
Well, I feel like
Is there
Enoch.
anything on?
Oh, go ahead.
Is there anything on the frogs?
They've got some daggers. The chief that had a little short bow.
Dang it! These more knives. I don't want more
Let's
knives.
say, considering these weapons were poisoned, I was just gonna see if they had any extra poison vials on them.
I think
I
we
mean, it's-
discovered last time that their poison comes from them.
yeah, it's their poison. I mean,
Okay.
I gave you some of that poison because we bottled some anyway.
That's right. I think I still have that.
Yes, you
I
do.
just didn't write it down, or did I?
Ah. Yeah, I know I still have it in my inventory, but I know I handed them off to you.
Well,
So there should be 3 grung poisons.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna try to drag one of those corpses onto the boat, and I'm gonna try to get more.
All right. Are you going to be touching their skin directly, or are you?
I'm going to try to avoid it. I'm gonna try to I have a dagger on me, or 2. I'm gonna try to just very surgically remove whatever gland is creating the poison.
Okay,
I have a poisoner's kit. You might want me to do it instead.
Okay.
'cause
Yeah, I
have
can. I'll
materials.
give him advantage then if that's the case.
Sure. Yeah, Dan, roll advantage
All right, so that's a 14.
for 14. All right. If you manage to drag the bodies, we'll say you get we'll see. You get enough for 3 uses of grung poison. So if you have 3 vials available, you can get enough for 3 vials.
All right, I've got 5 total vials, so I could use mine. Or do you have some on you?
I don't have any
Okay,
vials.
so then yeah, we'll use mine then. Got 2 vials left.
Also,
Yep.
before we leave, I wanted to roll an investigation check to see if these knives look like the ones we found in the gourd.
Sure. Roll an investigation check.
12.
The knives they have are definitely a lot cruder. These ones look like they're made out of bone or stone, whereas the ones that you found were, simple metal.
Okay.
So obviously not the same design as what these ones were.
I need to get this out now. This is reminding me of the Hardy Boys investigation or something. Pumpkin and Bunkin in the case of the unknown water gourd full of knives.
I'm just imagining.
Just crying like a baby in the background. Like, whose names these are?
No, I'm just imagining Wick in the little Detective Pikachu hat standing next to and Sir Point, Let me up on your shoulder.
I approve of this. Just break with a Detective Pikachu hat. Give him with that like combination hood hat with the frickin' cob pipe.
all right, artist. You heard him. You have your job.
It produces bubbles. The pipe.
In the name of the great Pumpkin King, I swear I shall solve this mystery.
Oh,
That's great. All right. Well, aside from that, the Grung don't really have much anything else on them. You manage to continue on for the rest of this day. Nothing happens. And let me just go ahead and bring you back onto the play on map. On the next day.
Above game, I have a very, very crazy conspiracy theory.
I'd like to hear it when we get done with the session. But yeah, the next day you manage to continue on. Medium rain. At this point, you do manage to arrive at Camp Vengeance closer to dusk. And as you arrived, again, it's very dank. So let me actually go ahead and bring you over here.
we all just moved back into our tent.
Yep.
This is
Just
ours.
because, you know, this is ours now.
Oh, geez, I'm trying to remember the captain's name.
Probably have it in my notes. Give me a sec.
I was spoiled by the first couple sessions of you writing everything down in the party notes section.
Commander Niles Brickbone.
I knew it was something like that. Okay.
Give me a... I mean, I could highlight and paste all my stuff again, but my notes have gotten to the point where I don't remember what isn't already in the notes section.
Yeah. We can always figure that out later.
Alright, so you approach the gates. And the guard kind of walks up. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
What business you have here?
Are these your knives?
Oh, let me just troll something real quick here.
It's not going away until he finds it.
Honestly, of all the things that have happened, this has brought me so much joy in tonight's session. Wick and the missing knives. The guard confusingly looks down as you just jangle around that gourd. Can't say they're mine.
Son of a biscuit.
Give me a moment. Open the gate! I'll go talk to the commander, Brickbone. And yep, the
These
gates and the
knives.
palace are open.
We didn't even tell him why we're actually here. Hold on, I'll talk to the commander and ask him if these are his knives.
I feel like Untro's the only one who's not, like, phased by this.
Yep.
She's just like, it's a valid question.
Commander. Yes, what is it? Those heroes that came to have returned. And they're asking about knives. Knives? As he just kind of leans over, he looks around you. You came all this way back here just to ask me about knives?
I found knives in the river and I don't know where they came from.
We're actually here to give you an update, but we
This is
wanted
more
to know about
important.
the knives. He's very invested in this knife gourd.
One hand, Enoch with one hand is just like patting a very like sad wick, with the other is just pinched on the bridge of his nose.
Pard! He just kind of passed by this like, yes, Captain? Yes, Commander? Double check with our inventory, make sure we're not short of any knives. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. At once. As he just kind of goes back into the tent. So I trust your escort was a success from earlier?
Yeah, good
In the
news.
10 day.
Got your men safely to the temple, and they're requisitioning support for you. But
Tarpon phrase that you're able to help them. But
moderately bad news, though you should know, but not like pressing.
We
On a-
have
Go on.
frost giants on the island.
Yeah,
They're
Frost?
not anywhere near here. They're further north, up towards the base of the mountainside, over by the mouth of the river. That's where we saw them last.
Why in the nine hells are there frost giants in the middle of a godforsaken jungle?
that's what we
We
were
did-
asking. That's what we were
Your
asking.
guess is as good as ours, honestly. I mean, there's mountains in the area, but why we saw them in the jungle, who knows?
Let me put it this way. At least you now know about them. We didn't until they walked through our camp.
We were lucky they didn't notice us.
Eventually, Pern kind of comes back. Commander! Yes, Pern? Well, according to our inventory counts, we did show that we were short some knives. How many? 10, sir.
Oh,
God. he holds the gourd out eagerly. I found your knives.
Really? Where were they?
In the river, in the gourd.
Oh, well,
Why were they in the gourd?
Yeah, I was about to say. Enoch's just like, this raises only more questions.
there's so many questions to be answered here.
well,
You did
perhaps.
I need you
Perhaps
to know
some
I'm
of our-
fully invested in this story.
Well, perhaps maybe some of our, oh, that's right. The Chult warriors tend to use them as, the guards as containers. I think one of our men was using that to transport them around. That explains why we were off and why they were floating on the river, you said?
Yes.
Could have perhaps fallen out of the canoe, or perhaps the canoe met an unfortunate fate.
Perhaps one of our supply runs. Could be. Well, in either case, we are very grateful that you found them for us, and he extends a hand out for the gourd.
And he happily puts it in his hand.
For your
Mystery
troubles.
solved.
For your troubles, and he kind of gives you he extends his hand and puts a few gold coins in your hand. Call it a finder's fee. And he hands you 5 gold pieces.
Oh, hey, thank you. The story was reward enough.
There you go, Wick. Alright, well, we were just hoping maybe to stop off just for the night. Safety and
Of course. You're more than welcome to stay here again. The infirmary is open for you to rest as you see fit.
Fantastic.
Truth be told, that spirits have been slightly better than they have been within the last few 10 days, but knowing that our men are safer when they are able to rest.
Has Undril been faring well?
Oh, yeah, she's been very useful around here. She's been tending to a lot of the sick and the injured that have been showing up, and she's actually one of the reasons that morale's been getting slightly better around here, if I say so myself.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
I know we'll eventually be heading through Mumbala proper. If you have any insight into the area, I'm sure it would be appreciated.
Some of our scouts have heard rumors that there's supposedly a witch that lives there, though whether or not those rumors are true, we can't say for sure.
Kind of off glances at Dan and then just returns.
Dan's stone-faced right now. So, just, you've heard rumor of a witch. No, like, concretes, no sightings, just potentially there, right?
Just rumors of some patrols that may have passed through the area. It's a very high plateau. They've also seen terror folk supposedly around there as well.
What now?
To tell me you haven't heard of terror folk?
No!
Well, terror folk are a rather interesting sort. Imagine... Oh, what's the best way to describe to you commoners? Imagine a bat, except it's not like a bat, but it's more like a lizard or a dinosaur, but with wings. Large creatures. Terrifying at that, hence the name Terror Folk.
Good to know.
Huh. Interesting.
All right, we've already learned that we have to watch like above us for danger, so that just means more watching above us for danger. Got it?
At any rate, aside from that, we haven't heard much else around here, but again, you all have my gratitude for the efforts that you've done to help out the owner of the gauntlet.
Yeah, no problem. If we find out anything more, we'll let you know.
And, I didn't get a chance to say this earlier, but my apologies for my treatment of you earlier, even if I didn't get a chance to address it earlier. And he just kind of sheepishly bows his head. I should have been more of a proper commander. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Now, if you excuse me, I have other business matters to attend to. If you need anything, I'll still be over in my command tent. That's all then. Pern? Yes, sir. See to it if Sister Sai needs help with anything. Yes, sir. And he begins to make his way back into the tent.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm fine with just bedding down. Metaphorically speaking, I don't sleep.
Right.
Above game milk, can I DM you something real quick?
Sure.
I don't know if anyone else wants to say hi to Undril, but I was thinking of popping in and checking in on her.
I mean, I'd like to say hi, but typically not one of the best places to say hi is like a tent full of like hurt soldiers.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, I'm sure word will get around we're here and she'll come say hi to us.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. But hey, plus side, solve the mystery of the knives.
An enormous weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Oh, I mean, I still have more questions, but I'm just gonna, you know what? We figured out where they went. That's the important part.
We did. Praise the Pumpkin King for his answer my prayers.
The Pumpkin King provides.
I mean, to be fair, that's the closest thing to a god we've had on our side this entire time. So yeah, praise Pumpkin King.
Yay!
The only god I've had a positive experience with.
Dan.
Wick Wick puffs his little chest out proudly.
Dan, how many gods have you actually had any experience with?
I mean, technically speaking, here we've had some experience with the divination god. That was one.
And was that negative at all?
I suppose not technically. And then there's Tyr and Torm.
They do anything bad to you either?
No, but it's a source of anxiety that I have to curb.
So that, I mean, Dan, I love you, but you're in a constant state of anxiety. Okay, you gotta take the wins where you can find them.
I mean, I'm pretty calm in the jungle. I mean, there's beasts everywhere, but I mean, there's no people.
I mean, you see, that's where I think you should be the most anxious, considering the jungle is what has tried to actively kill us at every step of this journey.
I mean, here's the reason why I find more safety in the jungle and in forests in general. With animals and beasts, you basically know what you're in for. Like, they have two needs, really, that they always strive to fill. Food and procreation. With people, they have those needs, but then you also have greed, and you have a lust for power, and all sorts of other different emotions that you have to consider that someone might want to try to attack you over. With beasts, you're like, that beast looks hungry. I will avoid it. Or, that beast seems to be in its mating season. I should probably avoid them. It's a lot easier to deal with animals and beasts in general than it is with people.
Sorry you have to deal with that. And as you kind of hear the voice, you turn around and you see Undrill. She currently has a pail at her side, and she casts it off. Hello. I heard you were back.
Dan blushes and pulls his hat over his face for a second, feeling really awkward about this entire situation.
Hey, Undrill, how you doing?
Oh, managing to hang in there. Seems like this place is slowly starting to turn around a little bit since I've begun to offer my aid, but every day's a battle, and I'm just doing my part. How about you? I didn't expect you to see you back here, let alone so soon.
We're just providing an update with the injured troops. We managed to get them to safety, and they're going to be sending reinforcements here probably within the coming weeks.
Thank Torm, you were able to guide them to safety. I'm sure Commander was real appreciative to hear that.
Oh yeah, was a hell of a thing. Like right when we were about to get to the city, that's when we were attacked by alligators and giant bugs.
Oh, alligators and large bugs. Oh.
And on our way back through here, if you didn't hear the conversation earlier, we ran into some frost giants.
Frost giants?
Yes, up
Frost
towards
giants?
up towards the mouth of the river. They seem to be headed into the mist cliffs.
I can't say I've ever heard of much of giants, although frost giants?
Mystery
Sorry,
to
I'm
us
not
also.
with them. That's
Yeah, they're a little bigger than hill giants, which hill giant about big as average tree. Those guys, they were shoving trees over like it was nothing.
How tall were they?
I want to say like about 2 stories tall.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, she just kind of looks up. About as tall as that, and she points up to the guard entrance.
Yeah,
Did they look about as tall as that from a distance? I'm assuming.
Yeah, about as tall as that, if not taller.
yeah.
Sounds about right.
Remember, operative word is still giant.
At this point, my only guess as to why they could be here is either they're looking for something specific or somebody summoned them here.
I suppose that would make sense, although I would be curious as to know what would bring giants to a place such as this, and she just kind of looks around the camp and out into the jungles beyond the clearing.
I mean, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. I stopped being, like, actively surprised by a lot of stuff we've seen here.
If it's anything like how I began my expedition into here, then she just kind of grabs her left shoulder and just shudders a little bit.
Enoch will pat her on the shoulder. Don't worry, you're fine.
Yes, I am. I feel quite safe to be in here. Thankfully, there hasn't been any undead attacks on our position as of late, but who knows how that might fare out.
Yeah, you should be fine. It was pretty calm on the way down here. And we're going deeper in. If we find anything, we'll probably pass back through here on our way back to the port, so we'll let you know.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sorry. It's been long enough. I really need to get back to tending the sick. Oh, it's good to see you again. And if I don't see you again, good luck on your journey and your quest. And she sheepishly bows and about faces to go back into the tent.
Enoch tries to salute, then smacks himself in the head with his metal hand. Ow!
Then will awkwardly wave, hat still directly in front of his face.
At least we'll kind of do the fist to the chest sort of salute.
Wick peeks around their legs and narrows his eyes.
Wick is sus. Alright. As you begin to ponder about your next course of action, going into tomorrow, this seems like a good place to end our session for tonight.
Yeah, I can take that.
Alright. So, good session, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually everything I had planned out and rolled into, so yay me.
I mean,
Perfect.
I half expected us to be going through to the end of this campaign asking about that fucking pumpkin.
And it just seemed poetic, just when I was just rolling to see what would happen. It's just like, oh, okay, this works.
I was genuinely curious if there was an actual story point or if I was just gonna make one.
It was a story we made along the way. It was just kind of wrapped up in a nice little package.
There you go. A conclusion that everyone is satisfied with.
And it just cuts to Sherlock Wick just smoking on his bubble pipe. Ah, another mystery solved.
Another mystery.
No, I'm just imagining instead of elementary, preschool.
What I really like to imagine is that the soldiers were just like, he just looked so upset, so I couldn't tell him the truth that these actually weren't our knives.
Otherwise, yeah, that actually is another episode title. Are these your knives?
Are these your knives?
I was gonna say, let's just make that the raid message for whoever we read into tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But now I'm just imagining one Chulted soldier that looks like Mo from The Simpsons just going, yeah, this is pretty terrific, holding two of the knives.
Alright. Yeah, I'm really glad I got back into the swing of things in 2022. Let's see. Oh, man, I need to drink some more water. My throat is dry.
Hydrate.
Hail to hydrate.
You inspired me to take a sip of water.
Indeed, same.
Yep, and before we do the roundup, I want to thank LeJake for popping on in to resub for 22 months at tier 3 because he is a madman. And El Robot, yep. The quote of the session is, of course, again, are these your knives? But, hey, Draco, how you doing?
Everyone, Draco Magnius here. You can find me on YouTube as Draco Magnius. I'm currently doing Omen Excidio Plague. I've put it on hold for a little bit, but I'm starting to get enough videos up where I can properly upload again. I'm going to be trying to upload on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. You can also find me on Twitter at dmagnius, and here on Twitch I'm Draco_Magnius. Here I've been playing Fear and Hunger. I've started doing Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. East Standard Time. I've managed to get into Mahabra, the City of the Gods. We've lost one of our party members to an infection, unfortunately, but we're making progress. I had to beat my head against a wall for a bunch because of a really bad place I was in between enemies that cause infection, but we've managed to make it forward. We did it!
What's up?
That sounds like a hell of a time. So, Zombie, what's going on?
Not much. You can find me on Twitter at ChocoZombie101 and on Twitch here at ChocolateZombie101. Second monitor acquired. Might be looking into learning how to do OBS in the near future and actually put my foot in the door in the Twitch market, so keep an eye out.
It is a learning curve, as the people have seen where no matter how many times I try to fix alert boxes, they always end up giant size and in the corner. We'll see if they fix next week. Oh.
Weird.
Yeah. I've learned some things from some various people, so I just need to keep learning. But other than that, Caitlin, how you doing?
Hello, I'm CaitlinC37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter, CaitlinC37, where I do art. Commissions are open, so if anybody wants painting, you can find all that information there.
Yep.
That's really good work. I'm loving the work you did on Kid, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, just wait till my time. But first, we gotta get to our DM extraordinaire. How you doing, Milla?
Oh, who, me? Hanging in there. You can find me on Twitter at MillenNinjaNerd, where I usually post some, good beat stuff on Twitter. Also follow into good arts and stuff. But you can also find me where I occasionally tweet about streaming on twitch.tv/MillenNinja. Still in the works about getting an overlay to set up for a brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke on stream, as well as possibly a couple of different emulator Nuzlocks. You can also find me playing in Lejic Scheme at twitch.tv/Lejics on Monday nights, and where we play through Trials of Eidos with the Deal Breakers. That's been a good rip-roaring time. But also some other stuff in the wings, possible collaborations, and we'll see how that goes.
Well then, it's time for me to round out. I've got a signing announcement for everyone still here in chat, and for those catching up on the VODs on YouTube. Coming to Saturdays, sometime either in February or March, it has been decided we will be going down to Strixhaven for a curriculum of chaos chock full of homebrew with Saved by the Spell, with me, Zymocyte, Colonel Gilgamesh, aka CG, X Wily Willy, and Shadow Dancer Bob. So stay tuned for that. We're going to have more information as it comes, but we have the lovely title card all here and ready, courtesy of Caitlin C37.
Oh, yeah, that looks so cool.
Oh yeah, we got a lot more stuff planned. Like, some people like Wiley is too creative. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna start figuring out how to build an overlay from scratch. And I was like, why? He's like, because I'm bored. And I'm like, okay, you can just work on that in the background. But yeah, no, keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll be tweeting about that as updates come. But soon we're gonna be heading to Strixhaven. And fun fact, everyone in this picture is a subclass I've made for my upcoming homebrew publication. So gonna be doing a lot of game testing. And no, El Robot, that's not Denier. That is Indare. The multiverse is vast and weird. Be prepared for that.
Thought he looked vaguely familiar.
I mean, let's just put it this way. Bob always likes to talk about what Denier would be if he hadn't met the Bleeding God. Well, what if the Bleeding God didn't exist in a setting? And oh boy, you guys aren't prepared. Let me just put it this way. He's already playing the Murder Cave Artificer I designed, and then he found a way to make it more chaotic than I could. But yeah, keep an eye out for
That's
that.
our Bob.
Yeah. So I saw that Storyteller's on, and we've never gotten to raid him before.
Yeah.
He's playing Kingdom Hearts apparently, according to DeLuna. So
Ooh.
Yeah, so let's ask him about our knives.
Yeah. Or rather, let's ask if these are his knives.
Yeah. Okay, just have to make sure. Yep. So everybody, let's make sure if we have found his knives, and keep a lookout for next week where we'll be coming back again at 8:30 CST. And the YouTube uploads as soon as I have time to put them up. So thank you all for coming out, and I hope you had a good time.
What?
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.